Here's my daddy, Professor MJ.
Hey, what's up, Bookie Crushers? I have 3 more MLB picks for you on Friday. We have 1 favorite and 2 underdogs coming your way. Now, before we get started, I wanted to update you on my son's baseball team. Unfortunately, they lost the final 7-4. But we were surprised by the fact that they are not completely eliminated yet. In fact, all league champions will battle each other this weekend for the regionals, and since they have an odd number of teams, they had to pick the best finalist. And since we finished the playoffs with a 5-1 record, whereas all other finalists posted a 4-2 record, we are the team that was chosen to go to the regionals against all other league champions. So we are not dead yet. We're going to play Saturday afternoon. I'll keep you posted next week. All right, now a quick note too about the famous lobster bets. This is one of your last chances to sign up for the lobster bets in September. You can see on your screen the last few plays. So for those of you who are not familiar yet with the concept, this is the best sports betting service on the market. I'm giving you the best wager across all sports every single day. You can see at the bottom that yesterday's play was the Cincinnati +7 in college football against Nebraska. They lost by a 3-point margin, so this was a winning bet. Now you could see that across the last 13 days, we have obtained a 10-3 record. We've been on fire. The tennis bets have been especially great. At some point, we won 10 tennis bets in a row. Now you can see the overall record. So by risking $100 per play, so far we have accumulated a profit of $2,670 for a return on investment of plus 20.9%. So just follow the link below in the comments to sign up to receive the daily lobster bet in your mailbox. All right, now let's get started with today's MLB picks. And my first selection goes to the Tampa Bay Rays money line, who are playing in the nation's capital against the Nationals. Well, right now, both teams are quite cold. Tampa has dropped 2 games in a row, whereas Washington is undergoing a 5-game losing skid. Now, the Nats are clearly out of playoff contention, whereas Tampa Bay still has a super slim chance of making the postseason. They are 7.5 games behind the last wildcard spot. Now, Adrian Hauser was enjoying a very solid season with the Chicago White Sox, as he posted a 2.10 ERA. Then he was traded to Tampa, and things have not gone so well with his new organization. So since August 4th, he has posted a 5.32 ERA, which is not so good. But he has had a lot of success in his career against the Nationals. In 3 career outings, he has dominated them with a solid 1.15 ERA. Now, Washington will start with out-of-form Mitchell Parker. He has struggled throughout the 2025 campaign. His ERA for this season is above 6, and he owns an embarrassing 1.49 whip stat. Now, he remains in the rotation simply due to the lack of depth in the organization. Now, adding insult to injury is the fact that his month of August has been a horror show. In fact, his ERA in 5 trips to the mound in August has been 12.00. Can you believe that? Now, Washington's bullpen is also a problem. And we are getting some quite reasonable odds on the Rays. So I am going to take a shot on the Rays money line for today. All right, let's move on with my second MLB pick for Friday. I am taking the Pittsburgh Pirates money line at Boston. We have some positive odds right here. Now, in this case, the Pirates are giving their fans some hope for the 2026 season, as now they have won 7 of their past 10 games. They will also be starting one of the league's elite pitchers, Paul Skeens. And he's really enjoying an outstanding season, as shown by his 2.07 ERA and an incredible 0.94 whip stat. So the 23-year-old from California is really dominating his opponents. Now, in fact, Pittsburgh has had no trouble limiting their opponents to scoring runs because they currently rank in 10th place in that category in the big leagues. The big problem has been putting runs on the board themselves. And in fact, in that department, the Pirates rank dead last in MLB in 2025. And their opponents today, the Boston Red Sox, have had no trouble scoring runs this year. In fact, they rank in 4th place. And there's quite a bit major discrepancy between these teams' run differential. Boston is plus 108, whereas the Pirates are minus 68. Now, Peyton Tolley will make his MLB debut this evening. He's a 22-year-old guy from Oklahoma. He's a lefty, and he has the enormous task of going head-to-head with Paul Skeens today. He is really an unknown quantity, whereas we know what we're going to get out of Paul Skeens, which is very likely to be a solid outing. Now, I'm also supporting Pittsburgh in this contest because they fit under a betting system called the cold team versus hot team matchup, whose rules are as follows. Bet the road team if they've lost at least one game in a row, whereas the home team has won at least 4 consecutive matches. Now, in the current situation, the Pirates have dropped 2 games in a row, whereas Boston is enjoying a 4-game winning streak. So by following those rules, we must bet the Pirates, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. I think we're getting some pretty good odds getting the pitching mismatch. All right, up next, my third pick goes to the Tigers money line. They will be playing at Kauffman Stadium against the Royals today. And I believe, in my opinion, this may be the series to watch this weekend as the Royals continue their charge to make postseason play. In fact, they have won 9 of their last 13 contests overall, but it must be stated that 5 of those victories occurred against weaker opposition, the Chicago White Sox. But still, they still picked up a 9-4 record lately. Now, the Tigers have leaked runs like an old busted washing machine. In fact, they have allowed the opposition to score 32 runs in the last 4 games. These 2 squads have faced each other on 10 occasions this season, Detroit getting the edge 7-3. Now, Seth Lugo gets the nod for Kansas City. He owns an okay 3.99 ERA this year and a 1.24 whip stat. But his 3 starts against Detroit this year have gone very badly. He has been hammered via an 8.17 ERA in those contests. Now, Chris Paddack will be handed the ball for the Tigers. He owns a whip stat which is very similar to Lugo's, 1.26. But granted, he's having a bad month of August, as shown by his 6.20 ERA during the current month. But to me, I think the Tigers will want to send a very strong message to the Royals that there is no way that they will catch them to win the division, and that their only chance to reach the postseason will be through a wild card spot. I think they will get this series on a high note. Detroit will win this match on Friday. So that is my third selection. So let me show you again my official picks for today. So we're betting the Rays, the Pirates, and the Tigers to win outright today. Let's hope for a 2-1 or 3-0 record to end the week. Now, a couple of suggestions for you before we go into this weekend. First of all, you are again invited to sign up for the September Lobster Bets. And also, this morning, I released a brand new video presenting 5 picks on 2025 NFL team win totals. So basically, I have found, in total, I have found 14 great value wagers on the number of wins that some specific teams will get during the 2025 NFL season. And in this video, I share 5 of those plays with you. They all have, well, what I categorize as my gold picks. They have a projected return on investment between 5 and 15%, whereas my silver picks own an estimated ROI between +1 and +5%. So check out this video. It will be very interesting to you, and let's hope that we boost your bankroll even more. Thanks for watching, my bookie crushing friend. I appreciate you very much. I'm Professor MJ, wishing you a solid weekend. Bye, my friend.